everyone. I've actually snuck on over the weekend because I have a few hours spare and I thought that I would try and build a little packing station in the corner of my cabin, because after a trip to Ikea I finally have my kallax ready to go. So I thought that you'd like to watch and see how I do it. So this is the space that I'm thinking I will build the packing station. At the moment it's taken up with my sewing bits and pieces, but to be honest I haven't sewn in months and I just feel that this could all be put away and utilised a bit better for the business. I also need to have a tidy because, as you can see, we're in a bit of a mess here. So come along with me, let's get this done. Hello, sorry for the weird camera angle, but it's the only way that I can get you to see me and what's going on in the corner. So I've managed to put the kallax together. I had to turn off the video towards the end so that you didn't see me clambering on top of it to clamp one end down where I couldn't knock the dowels in properly. This happens every time that I put a kallax together, and even if I get my husband to help, it's not just me, or maybe it's just us. Let me know, do you have this problem with kallax? So I've noticed that since we last brought, they include some little feet to go on the bottom, which is great. My only issue with these is that I had them on this one that we brought, and this used to lay the other way, and now that it's up, they've gone all yucky. I can't get them off, and obviously they've got bits of fluff, and so it's not a good look. So I'm in two minds as to whether or not to put these on. For now, I think the most important thing to do is to probably clear out this corner and check that this fits, because if it doesn't, I'm in a spot of bother. So let's just have a look. Always a few bits spare and anything from Ikea at the end, and it always worries me that I've not put it together properly. So let's have a look. This should... Oh no, it doesn't. I can't believe it. Absolute nightmare. I promise I measured, and for some reason this one used to fit underneath, so I'm not quite sure why this isn't fitting as it should do, and I can't even push this one up here and see if I can fit it around. Actually no, that wouldn't work, ignore me. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. My husband's going to laugh because he always says, are you sure it's gonna fit? Have you measured it? And I'm always like, yeah, I checked. And here we go. Oh, nightmare. Panic over. I've managed to get it under. I think it was that obviously this one's a bit more worn, a bit older. So as it has been sliding around on the floor, it's probably shaved a fractional millimetre off, and that was just enough to get it to pop under here. So with some very, very gentle persuading, I've managed to do the same here. So I'm in two minds now whether or not to put my pegboard back on, because although I really love the pegboard and I find it great for having bits there, it does mean that it's going to completely block out this plug, and it's always handy to have plugs, and it's a bit of a faff having to unclip the pegboard to get behind or to slide the whole unit out every time I need to use it. So I'm not quite sure at the moment what to do. I think what I'll start doing is filling it all up, the actual storage cubes, and then have a little think as I'm doing it. So I'm all finished. So as you can see, I've used a pegboard from Ikea, and I did decide to mount it to the wall so it's up out of the way and I can still access the plugs. I've also moved my mini gallery wall over, so you can see I've got a few bits here that I've practiced foiling myself, and then over here I've got an amazing bat by Dark Shines Creations. She did a fantastic lino print and then gifted me that. And then up here we have this beautiful rainbow print that you would have seen last week in my unboxing from Paw Prints by Claire. And then over here is this really inspiring quote, which is something I definitely need to do, which is by Sketch by Sarah. So I'll drop all their links below so you can have a look. And the kallax itself, I will be using the top of it to actually package the orders, and then underneath I've got storage for my packing materials. So there's an empty cube at the moment, which I will probably go and put one of the donor boxes that I've got spare indoors in and use that for storage. And just down here we've got obviously the wrapping paper, tissue paper, and I've got so many different bag sizes in the pink, and it just keeps everything together. So I'm hoping that this will be an asset to have, especially over Christmas, because it means that everything's together, and in theory I can work over here quite happily, and if I do need to get some help in, then it means that the rest of the studio is kind of free for them to pack orders, or if they're packing orders and I'm making, whichever way around it is, it should just flow a little better. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for some more tiny prints just to go down there. So I think the whole lot only cost me £25 because the pegboard has just been reutilised. I do know that you can get these in Ikea for, I think that size is about £12 when I looked the other day, and all of the little accessories are only a few pound as well. So it is definitely a fantastic thing to have if you are short on space and need some organisation. I'm sure as I'm working everything will be switched around just to flow a little bit better. At the moment I'm really happy with how it looks. It's all bright and colourful, and as you can see on the corner of the pegboard there, we've got some beautiful bits and pieces that my daughter's made me, and just some of my favourite cards that I've received last year as well, which were just too pretty to throw away, so I wanted to pop them up there. So comment down below, what do you think?